African news update on top Accolade news. The headlines today remind us that power, influence, and opportunity always carry consequences, whether in politics, business, or even on social media. From courtroom verdicts in South Africa to a fertilizer deal in Ethiopia, our rundown tonight shows how decisions at every level ripple far beyond the headlines. Let's get right into it. Julius Malema found guilty of hate speech over rally remarks. Tanzania's president cleared to run in October election. Kenyan activist Boniface Mwangi announces 2027 presidential bid. Nigeria imposes 6-month ban on raw shea nut exports. In South Africa, political tensions flare as prominent figures face the consequences of controversial speech, with Julius Malema found guilty of hate speech over rally remarks. South African politician Julius Malema, leader of the far-left economic freedom fighters, has been found guilty of hate speech by the country's Equality Court for comments made at a 2022 rally in which he said, "No white man is going to beat me up. You must never be scared to kill." The court ruled the statement demonstrated intent to incite harm, though Malema's party argued it was taken out of context. This marks a recurring pattern for Malema, who was previously convicted but later acquitted of a chant targeting white farmers. Equality courts in South Africa can mandate public apologies, compensation, or criminal prosecution, though no punishment has yet been issued. Malema's controversial rhetoric has drawn international attention, including a U.S. claim linking him to anti-white policies that contributed to the suspension of aid. Malema's words serve as a sharp reminder that in politics, freedom of speech carries consequences that echo far beyond the rally stage. Staying in East Africa, Tanzania is heading to the polls, with Tanzania's president cleared to run in October election. Tanzania's President Samia Suluhu Hassan has been approved to run in a first presidential election this October, following a secession after John Magufuli's death in 2021. Representing the ruling CCM party, she called for unity to ensure victory for our party and for God's permission to return to serve citizens. Her re-election bid faces little opposition after the Electoral Commission disqualified Luhaga Mpina of ACT Wazalendo and Bad Chadema earlier. Critics, including Jail Chadema chairman Tundu Lissu, have raised concerns about human rights and electoral fairness. Hassan's campaign showed that in politics, the rules often shape the race as much as the vote. Across the border in Kenya, another figure is testing whether protest energy can turn into electoral power, as Kenyan activist Boniface Mwangi announces 2027 presidential bid. Kenyan human rights activist Boniface Mwangi, known for leading anti-government protests, has declared his intention to run for president in the 2027 elections, aiming to convert widespread youth-led protest support into a political movement.
And so I want to bring respect, dignity to this nation by leading this country in a better way.
Mwangi, who previously ran unsuccessfully for parliament in 2017 on an anti-corruption platform, has faced legal and political challenges, including a charge in July of a tear gas canister and rifle round found in his home, which he denies. His candidacy joins a crowded field, including incumbent President William Ruto and a coalition of opposition leaders. Mwangi's bid tests whether the energy of street protests can be harnessed into votes, proving that in politics, courage alone must meet the balance. From politics to economics, Nigeria is taking bold steps to add value to its raw resources as Nigeria imposes 6-month ban on raw shea nut exports. Nigeria has banned the export of raw shea nuts for 6 months to boost local refining and capture more than $6.5 billion global market. Despite producing 40% of the world's supply, the country earns just 1% of global revenue, with many farmers underpaid. Vice President Kashim Shettima called the move a step towards industrialization and gender empowerment. while Agriculture Minister Abubakar Kyari noted annual production of 350,000 tons. Nigeria is betting that wealth is sweeter when refined at home rather than shipped raw. You're watching the African News Update on Top Accolade News. Do stay with us. Still to come. Thanks for staying with us. In Ethiopia, another major investment promises to strengthen Africa's industrial base as Ethiopia partners with Dangote Group for a $2.5 billion fertilizer plant. Ethiopia has signed a $2.5 billion agreement with Nigeria's Dangote Group to build a fertilizer manufacturing plant in Gode Town, southeast Ethiopia, capable of producing 3 million metric tons annually. Under the deal, the state-owned Ethiopian Investment Holdings will hold a 40% stake, while Dangote Group takes 60%, reflecting a joint effort to reduce Africa's dependence on fertilizer imports. Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed and Aliko Dangote framed the project as a step towards industrialization and continental food security. With this venture, Africa is taking fertilizer into its own hands, proving that growth can be sown locally, not imported. Across the region, cooperation is also taking a security turn as Rwanda and Mozambique strengthen ties. Rwandan President Paul Kagame and Mozambican President Daniel Chapo have reinforced bilateral cooperation with the signing of key agreements on trade and security, including a memorandum of understanding between the Rwanda Development Board and Mozambique's Investment and Export Promotion Agency, and a status of the force agreement supporting counter-terrorism efforts in Cabo Delgado. The two leaders emphasized ongoing collaboration against violent extremism and pledged to deepen economic ties, with Kagame noting that Africa must confront security threats collectively. Chapo praised Rwandan support for peace in Mozambique and invited Kagame to visit his country. In a region scarred by insurgency, Rwanda and Mozambique are showing that partnership can be a stronger shield than borders. In South Africa, influence on social media comes with a human cost. A South African influencer apologizes over controversial Russian job scheme. South African influencer Sayan Buji, aka Honosuma, has apologized for promoting a Russian start program targeting young women after viral videos sparked government warnings about human trafficking and labor exploitation. She removed the content, calling the backlash a huge learning curve, while authorities investigate possible links to drone production for Russia's war in Ukraine. In the age of social media, clicks can carry consequences far beyond likes and followers. And finally, some positive news from the football field. Madagascar returns to COSAFA U-17 qualifiers after 7-year hiatus. Madagascar will compete in the Total Energies CAF U-17 Africa Cup of Nations 2026 COSAFA qualifiers in Harare, Zimbabwe, from September 11 to 20th, marking their first appearance since 2017. The team has participated only 3 times before, in 2001, 2016 and 2017, failing to advance past the pool stage in each occasion, including heavy defeats to Zambia, South Africa and Mozambique.
Let's watch this again. Swung in by Felly and then brought back a little by Ryan Henry, and that will be a goal. Flag can't go up anyway. He was onside. The interchange was beautiful, and then the pass, he was in the right place at the right time. Ryan with the pass, flipped in by Lalina, and then finished by Toke. He just nicked that ball into the back of the net.
While football development on the rise in Madagascar, the new generation of players aim to break past previous setbacks and secure a historic spot in next year's continental finals. After years in the wilderness, Madagascar's young talent are ready to prove that absence doesn't define destiny. From courtrooms and campaign trails to factories, social media and football pitches, this story shows that choices whether in power, business, or everyday influence, shape lives far beyond headlines. Stay informed, stay engaged, and remember, every action has a ripple effect. I am Ojorumi Okocha. Thank you for watching. Do have a wonderful day and keep watching the African News Update on Top Accolade News.